Have you ever wondered what could be hiding just beyond the boundaries in DyingLight 2? Welcome to Out of Bounds Secrets in DyingLight 2. First, I thought it'd be interesting to take a closer look at the Opera House DLC map. If we go outside of the wall that surrounds the map, you will notice that there is a bridge leading to Elysium. The really interesting part regarding this bridge is that there are zombies and survivors at the other end. They even interact as any normal NPC would in the game. It's really odd that Techland would include these NPCs and zombies this far out of the map. Also, if you take a look at the ground near the center of the street, you will notice an arrow is pointing back at the Opera House. I'm not too sure what this arrow is related to, as I couldn't find anything at the other end of the bridge. I decided to keep going into Elysium, but it was pretty much just an empty city with no collision. Something else that is kind of interesting about the Opera House is that all of the arena variants are actually stored under the map. We will be coming back to the Opera House at the end of the video for one last thing, so stay tuned for that. Moving forward, I decided to explore the Prologue a little bit more. After going out of bounds and walking around for a while, I found what looks to be a river. If you follow the river under the world, you can actually see what looks to be a long tunnel very far underground. Swimming closer, it actually looks almost identical to the tunnel at the very start of the Prologue, the only difference being that this one is very far out of bounds. A lot of people have asked me to explore the bridges out of bounds in DyingLight 2, so I decided I would include them here. Something to note is that all of the bridges have no collision whatsoever. While I was looking around, I came across an area that can only be described as trippy. The whole world seems to move around below you till you eventually fall off of the map. Something extremely odd is that if you go to the end of the game where the X13 Missile launches from, you can actually see Lawan still planting C4 but on nothing. What's more interesting is that underneath the area where the missile launches from, you can actually find a military vehicle floating in the void just under the map. I wonder why this would even be here. If you go out of bounds, you can actually find a Red Sea. This is really weird as it doesn't seem to be present anywhere else in the game. Something else that is interesting is that it's only a texture with no collision, which is completely different from water located anywhere else in the game. Looking elsewhere out of bounds, you can actually find what appears to be a sunken city that is completely not visible from the playable area. It seems very odd that the city would even be here. Something else that is interesting is that if you go on top of the boat, you can actually find a dev cube. I'm not too sure what it could be related to, but I just thought I would include it here. To end off this video, I'm going to be flying up as high as I can and falling back down to the map. I'll be doing that on both the Opera House map as well as the Villedor city map. But anyway, that's gonna be it for me. If you're excited for Dead Island 2, I will have a bunch of unique content coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you want to let me know you made it this far into the video, comment blue cheese. Anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.